This is RV Tech Pro. This is on the outside and the inside. So when the door is closed, this label is on the outside. This is like a Forest River thing, guys. When you're a mobile tech and you do, you're registered with Forest River or whatever, you have to have your labor rate posted at your shop, whether it's a building or mobile setup. So they got some weird rules. So like, to qualify as a shop, even as your mobile, you need a trailer, right? So this is like a mobile shop. It's a structure, and the labor rate has to be posted. So that's part of why that's like that. I keep this old stretched out bungee cord, and that's what it's working good for a door stop, and I like the way it works. I don't think I'm gonna put the other style on here because this holds up to strong winds and everything, whereas a lot of those other door catches, they don't. And if I don't have to drill extra holes in the trailer, well, I drill them. I love the step, and we're gonna get into the tools. But in the back, we'll start from the back to the front since we're back here. There's my tall boy jack and my wire caddy. A lot of stuff's beat up because it was in the wreck, okay? But it's still working. That's the power cord for my, and this is the junky area right here. It's just a few little things, but I'm not worried about it. All my wire, my cable caddy. This DeWalt box made it. That has all of my bearing stuff in there. I just reordered all of those bearings because a lot of them came out of the packaging, and I don't trust to use them because they can have dirt inside the bearings. So I don't trust to use them. As a matter of fact, I need to call one of my customers because I need to finish a bearing job on his unit, and I just only did half of them one side because I didn't have unopened packs due to the incident. So we got that right there. In my die core, stuff stays pretty stable because this is on that little dovetail. So all that stuff kind of stays lean back. Inside the bucket, what we have, so this is just that bag that I was using temporarily, but inside the bucket, mainly what I have in the bucket, besides these extra supplies, this is my winterization kit. So that's staying on the truck. And what it is a 110 sump pump that has the, that could be washed. See? Water hose. It has a standard 3/4 threaded fitting on the top, which makes a lot more sense. Pour in a couple gallons. I normally just pour in 3 gallons. Even though it normally doesn't take not even 2 whole gallons to do the average camper. If they got washer, dryer, washer, stuff like that, dishwasher, it takes a little more. So I just start off with 3 gallons in the bucket, and this allows me to hook it up like a regular water hose, regardless of their situation. You don't have to go, messing around, trying to find the water pump, putting it in bypass. You could do it that way, but we're techs and we need to get it done quick. This is quick and easy. Pull out your bucket, go to the unit, plug it into 110 power. The unit should have power. If it's in a storage facility, then I use my power, either the power from my trailer or the power from my truck, one out of the two. So if you don't have that, get a Milwaukee top off and use that. Okay, this thing only pulls a couple of amps, so that's what that is. Then in this DeWalt crate that made it, this is the crate that normally holds my jack and some stuff. That tall boy jack is supposed to be in there. And then you see I got my little giant step ladder, just my little 4-step. So if I gotta go on a tall 5th wheel and get to the AC and stuff like that, or fans, that ladder's tall enough. This is just supplies. Anything that's in that can go in a caulk gun is in here. All types of tape is in there, and some other miscellaneous supplies. A lot of my boxes have supplies. Most of my tools are in the tool boxes. Okay, I got this Milwaukee pack out on the wall. This is the one that I have my fasteners in here. You can see that as I run into stuff that I don't have because I lost all that stuff, I have room to grow and buy the other fasteners that I'm missing. And I know I'm missing a bunch of them. But as I need them and I don't have them, I'll order them and put them in here. But I got some 1 inch, 1.5, maybe 2 inch. And what I'm missing, I can already tell you from looking, is the self-tappers. I don't have any self-tappers. So that's what's supposed to be up there, self-tappers. These big screws for doing other type projects. Bolting on like a through frame slide bar, a room bar into the floor, stuff like that, in between the walls, obviously, how long they are. But that's what I got those for. But I originally bought them when I was putting this together. It's a structural fastener is what it is. All right, so we got that. This has been working out great, guys. All of this stuff has not moved. The only thing I have moved is sometimes the stuff from under the toolboxes come out, and all I have to do this weekend is just put a piece of 1x in front all the way across. That's going to stop the kits and things that I have under the toolboxes from being able to slide out. All of this stuff back here is rock solid. I don't have anything back here moving. Nothing moves. All the stuff stays put. This is a far superior system than the DeWalt wall, which wasn't intended for how I used it. It wasn't made to go in like a van. It was or a trailer. It was designed for a shop or a storage building. These are specifically designed to be in a van, in a trailer, in a mobile setting. So that's why they're all reinforced and it's purpose built. Milwaukee, the packout, they went all out. They got the best modular storage system out there in the game, and it just costs. You got to pay a fee. You got to pay to play with Milwaukee on this packout stuff. So it's just going to cost you some money. I think I spent so far in just the packout that you see, and I spent this was $123 today for this box and that plate. I easily have over $1,000 in this packout. Easily, and I don't have that much. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 boxes, okay? And it's, so. But the stuff is good, and we're paying for performance. It doesn't move, guys. The stuff is rock solid. So in my pack outs, I have various supplies. This one with the Skill Above sticker on it. That's the Cottywomple stuff. This one has my electrical stuff, my wires. You can see your capacitors, other types of electrical supplies. That's what's in there, wire loom, all kinds of stuff. All right, so anything kind of dealing with electrical supplies is in this box. This is one place where it's at. Most of my canisters are right here. I do have some canisters in there that need to be in here, but I have limited room. So maybe I'll go with another crate so I can put the rest of the canisters out. Okay. We got the electrical connectors in here, like the lugs for making battery terminals, stuff like that. And then I don't remember what's in this pack out. I don't remember, and it could be empty. I don't know, man. One of these pack outs has like electrical leads, and the other one is empty. So this pack out has plumbing. This is my overflow plumbing. So this is the kit that I take in with me. This is the one that as I run out, I pull from that box, and then I always buy for this box and then transfer to this box while I'm on the go. So I try to keep this box full fully stocked. This box fully stocked, and as I'm going throughout my week or whatever, I'm pulling from that until I see this box getting low. Okay, I'm curious now. I want to know what's in here, and it's empty. It's an organizer box, and it's empty. It's ready for some stuff. All right, so that one's empty. That's good. So I got this box and this box that's empty. So I still got other stuff that I gotta buy, but at least there's a space for it. All right. Got my toilet, my Thetford. You know, it looks rough on the outside, but it's good on the inside. You know, it still works. It got beat up, but that's a testament to this thing. This thing and some parts flew off of it, and it still works, guys. It doesn't leak, and that's after being in that big accident where the trailer rolled and half stuff got thrown out, stuff punctured through the ceiling. You know, some of the framing bars gone. You know, this plastic Thetford toilet made it. Okay, all right. Recently got this Ryobi table. This table is tough. I stand on it. Even with it just being down, it's super solid, bro. Shakes the whole trailer. And then there's my DeWalt table sitting on top of it. So this is the Ryobi Speed Bench / dolly, heavy duty dolly there. Okay. And this is a shelf that I built to hold all my bags and my DeWalt Survivor boxes. Mostly all of these boxes survived. Half of them didn't, half of them did. Some of them are busted up like this battery box, and I still got it in here until I replace it. So on the bottom, we got our Vito bags for all my different loadouts. That big tech pack is my largest Vito bag. That's my general, like a general contractor's loadout. It has a little bit of everything in it. From hammers, pliers, pry bars, all type of tools, meters in the back, you know, all types of stuff in that loadout. This is my gas bag, so when I'm working with the liquid propane system, the LPG, I got manometers, you know, I got digital manometers, I got dial type manometers, I got my test jigs in there, one for the quick connect, one for the standard, different hoses and a bunch of different adapters to work with the gas. I got a roll of these microfiber cloth that's hanging out. You always need stuff like this. My Milwaukee vacuum. Now that I got packout, maybe I go with a packout vacuum. I don't think this one is a packout vacuum. I don't know. Is it? Nah, that's not packout. But it's tried and true. It's 12 volts. I've been using it for years. It works really good. And I'm not getting rid of it. That's the plumbing bag. That's the gas bag. So this is gas testing equipment. You know, change out a regulator, set the operating pressure, doing diagnosis. I need to know the operating pressure, troubleshooting, stuff like that. And this bag goes in conjunction with this bag, which has all the tools, all the wrenches and things like that to work with the gas. I got a rivet kit. It's a DeWalt organizer box with all my different rivets, extra screws hanging out back behind there, and then my other Vito meter bag, which is an electrical bag loadout. Okay, and then my go bag, which is a replacement for the sling bag, is my call that my diagnostic bag. It's the first thing off the trailer. You know, go out, I can do what I need to do. It has my my new snap-on impact driver, 2 snap-on screwdrivers, and some other stuff. Oh, a meter. I got that Fluke, I think it's a 117, something like that. I got the low Z Fluke meter in there, my bits, everything you need. Even I got an adjustable wrench because I don't got a set of wrenches in there. You know, this is to keep me from running back and forth to the truck. So I got a bag that kind of got, you know, just a small loadout with general stuff. And I've been looking for these all day. These are my Nipex. They're supposed to be in my pocket. Okay, now they are. All right. Even got some love for Harbor Freight. I got a Bauer crate that survived the crash, and I got various supplies in there. You see a bunch of Thetford toilet valves on top. I got sewer connector thing, various things in there, different supplies. Oh, what's in this box? I don't know anymore because my stuff has gotten. Let's move this down here because I kind of reinforced that side for that bag to hang there. This box feels light. Oh, okay. This is a supply box, and it has, looks like some AC control boards, thermostats, heating elements. These are supplies for working on electrical stuff, ACs and water heaters, things like that. All right, this is the battery box. It has a big hole in the side, but it's still working. My dad was asking me about this thing. I need to get it to him. His deck screw container for one of his organizer boxes. Make sure I get it. I got my big pry bar hanging out in the open area. So, you know, I made these a lot bigger than they needed to be, these shelves, and I got room. So, and I need to put another 2x4 back there so the boxes don't rock in the middle like that. I got them sitting behind there. I got to work on that. But, so, you know, I got those fold up sawhorses. I normally keep that. You know, I can keep my levels, other little things that I want to throw on the shelf, you know, by making it, I think I made it 22 inches from the wall. So, and then, love that hard bottom. That was my pet peeve about the blackout bag. I was disappointed when I got it and didn't have a hard bottom, but it was a great bag, and I still would be rocking it today. I would not have replaced it if it didn't get lost, okay, or stolen or whatever. All right. Got my electrical stuff in this. Oh no, that's my batteries and chargers. Okay, so all my different batteries and chargers, even got a watch charger, USB-C stuff. You know, my old test cable before I had the Cottywomple. I just made my own little test cable. You guys know about that for doing H-column assemblies, different type of troubleshooting. It worked. It worked, guys. This is my electrical box. All type electrical stuff, my fish tape, all kinds of stuff. And then in the box below it, I got, you know, like saw blades, sawzall blades, oscillate, all different types of nails, blades, cut off wheels, stuff like that. That's in that box. And then coming up to the top, this is one of the boxes that, did I replace this one? Well, anyway, it survived. This one survived. It has my fasteners in it. My Mac Tools box, the one that had all the other fasteners in it, and a lot of fasteners, guys. That one didn't survive. It ended up in many pieces. Electrical box 1, electrical box 2. This one has all my Wagos and stuff in it. This one has a lot of other stuff like crimp style connectors and some specialty connectors like the T-taps and stuff like that. And then we got the drawers. Ooh, some of my batteries. This stuff needs to get moved around. I need to go through this box and put the stuff in the battery drawer. And then some more of my stuff like this. Oh man, yeah, I gotta go through this box. I'm gonna leave this box open. And I gotta run the power for my DC to DC charger. So this thing could be, because I'm using this inverter a lot because of that big light. I got 12-volt lights coming. All right, let's get back to it. The mobile shop tour. Big boy trailer. I even got my truck plugged up. It's getting like below freezing. So I'm gonna change the oil in this truck again because like I got the 1540 in it and it's gonna be getting cold in the next couple of months. But I didn't mind going with the 1540 because I only plan to keep it in there for like a couple of weeks. And it was during those couple of warm weeks around the time where I changed it, because in South Carolina doesn't get cold really for long periods of time. Anyway, I got some AMSOIL coming, the 540, you know. So let's go back to the shop tour, the mobile shop tour. There's the sign I was telling you about, that's on the outside of the door. And then I have these RV Tech Pro signs all around the trailer. I got that rim for that on the back. You know, some lady, second day, lady runs into the trailer. How do you miss this thing? It's big, it's silver, and yeah. So I'll deal with that. Let's get back in here where it's warm. Okay, so we looked at everything back there, and now we're moving on to the front, and we're almost done, because, you know, I'm not going through every single thing I got. It's just an overview of how I got the trailer set up, you know, how everything is holding up, like as far as not moving around and stuff like that. So lay that table back down, and I just bungee cord that table to this table, and it doesn't move. So so far so good. Like I said, everything in here is rock solid. I learned a lot from doing the other trailer. So since I had to do all over again, I went wider, I went longer, so I got a much bigger space, and I made the shelving different, and I did the layout different. You know, instead of DeWalt, I got Milwaukee on that side, and I went with twice as many I went with twice as many toolboxes and bigger toolboxes, because it protected the stuff that was in it pretty well, you know. So we got the hutch, you know, just like you have in any shop. You know, guys like to have their toolboxes with the hutch, but this really serves a good purpose. It's giving me a work area, and I like it. You know, I just close this down. I've been running the boxes, guys, without locking them. I haven't locked them. The drawers do not pop open. I haven't had any drawers to pop open. I hadn't had any of that stuff to open. This has not opened, and it's loaded down on the bottom. You know, I keep it locked whenever I go in it. I close it back. I'm not having any problems with it, guys. Those boxes, they survive the thing, so you know they're rock solid. I'm not having any problems. I try to latch everything back just in case something does fly off the handle. At least it'll be closed. This one, I don't worry about it. It's already busted up. So, but this stuff doesn't move, and this stuff doesn't move. So over here, you know, my hutch is not plugged in to power because I have it fastened to the wall with these brackets, as well as this large truck style, like big truck style, ratcheting dealio with the chain on the bottom. So I keep that really tight, and that's putting really good down pressure. It's probably rubbing paint off the box, but I don't care about that. But I got the E-tracks in the floor, and I keep that banjo tight, and I also have the brackets. That's what's keeping this box from moving. Stuff slides around in here a bit, but what I've been doing to mitigate that is I try to put stuff away, like these chargers and stuff, and then I have a lot of magnetic things, and I put those in front of the non-magnetic things to stop the stuff from moving. Red and tacky grease, that should be in the back. You know, some stuff needs to get moved around a little bit. That should be in there with the bearing stuff. It's supplies that came in. So like I said, this isn't no toolbox tour. I'm not doing that, man. but I go through some stuff briefly. You know, these boxes have that lock and roll system, and it's been working out great. These drawers do not open, and they're loaded down, and they are super heavy. I could feel the weight on them, and I'm not having an issue with it, guys. You know, this box is loaded, bro. I'm not having a problem. Loaded, bro. It's the box is loaded. I'm not having a problem with movement. On the bottom, I use pieces of wood to shock the wheels off, so the wheels are all blocked off to mitigate movement in those directions. Like I said, I got the strap putting down pressure on it, and then I have it anchored to the walls with those brackets and to the toolboxes, self-tappers and whatnot. And some of them are threaded machine screws, because I use the places where the handle would have went. I use that. So super stable and sturdy. This is, like I said in a previous video, this is the stuff I want to know about when I watch a mobile shop tour, a tool trailer tour, whatever you want to call it. I want to know how the stuff is staying neat, because it looks neat on the camera, but what's that crap look like after you've gone down a half a dozen dirt roads and you open it up? Is it still like that? I mean, is stuff moving around? I can tell you mine looks like this every time I open it up. Nothing's moving. And the reasons I told you earlier, that's why. This box, I didn't have enough room to put the angle brackets on it, but I do have a strap for secondary safety that I go across the top and into this framing. But mainly how I'm doing it on this box is I have bolted through with bolts, like little, they're not lags, they're just long screws. I've drilled through the box in and tapped into the wall with fasteners. I tried to hit studs where I could, okay? And so I have that, and then I have the solid, these really heavy duty solid angle, which I need to put one on the bottom. I'm slipping. I need to put one on the bottom. I got to do that. I need this down here as well. I need to do that. And then I got the wheels blocked off once again. So yeah, and this one's kind of wedged in a corner, so you know that's kind of helping it as well. That's how I use the V-nose on this one. It's kind of wedged in the corner, but that's just an oversight. I totally thought I had that down. I have another one of these that's supposed to be right there, so I got to put that there. And liquid nails, when on the old trailer, if I had like E-tracks or something, because I got the strap so tight coming off, I would remove it and put liquid nails behind it, and never had a problem after that. So these little corner brackets, I could kind of custom make some, and kind of, because I can't get a tool in there to tighten the fasteners, I can kind of use some liquid nails. And I don't want to liquid nail the whole toolbox to the wall, but hey, I might be moving this box to the back. I don't know. My truck has a very high tow capacity, so I got a lot of weight on the tongue, but my trailer is pretty loaded, and I got a lot of weight back here, and I think it's kind of counteracting it. That's why I said I was going to move my lift table and my spare tires, take a little bit of that tongue weight and shift it in the back. I got a waist safe hitch, and I just bought a ball for it. I'll be putting that on just to see where I'm at, but it's not going to do me any good because I don't know how much the trailer weighs. I will have to go to a scale and get the how much the trailer weighs. Man, my torque wrench, that Husky torque wrench that I had to throw that away because it got like stuff. This is what happened in the wreck, right? I had tubs of glue for doing roof jobs, and they all flew open, and then dirt and stuff got mixed into that, and a lot of the tools got covered like that. Well, a lot of dust and dirt and glue and whatnot got inside of that torque wrench, and it won't adjust. It's stuck at 90, and it won't adjust. So I put the icon on here. I took this out of my Snap-on box. This is my favorite torque wrench, and it was a good move because this doesn't have to be wound back. I could set it, leave it there, and it's still gonna be good. So there's that. So you see I got my rags and all kinds of other stuff up there. There's different stuff all over the place. This one, it can't really open, but on this Series 3 box, unlike the green box that I had in the other trailer, if the lid didn't open enough, the locking mechanism for the main box was contingent upon how far the lid opened. On this box, they fixed that issue. The lid can be closed and the box is still open. So that was good. And how the lid gets locked is with the same lock that locks this, but it just brings a hook up and it just hooks. It just hooks right there. So this is a big upgrade on these Series 3 boxes, guys. This box is pretty loaded. So I know I got weight. You know what I'm saying? I know I got weight in these boxes. I got a lot of weight. You know, not that kind of weight, guys. You gotta go to the corner for that. We're not doing that weight anymore. All right. Load it, bro. Keep them loaded, man. The boxes are loaded down. I need to get my cable tensioning tool and put in that drawer. Do I have any empty drawers anymore? I don't think so. There's my first aid kit. That's why I didn't buy that $80 Milwaukee first aid. Oh, this is kind of empty. I can fit some stuff in there. Yep. These drawers are kind of stiff till I work them in, I guess. I have to close them hard. But I'm happy about that because they don't fly open. Did I go into that one? No. All right. So that's it. That's it. A couple of things on top and on the sides of the boxes. That's it, man. This is RV Tech Pro. This is the mobile shop. When I pull up, I like to have all my stuff. I like to know that I'm ready for whatever I run into as far as tools, equipment. No, I don't have every single part for every single camper, but I have pretty much every single tool that I would need to work on any problem that I found in any camper. I can adequately diagnose the problem. Specialty parts we all order anyway. There's nobody riding around with H-column assemblies for a given camper because they're made to order. So nobody has all the parts. Some people have more than others, and I try to keep the common parts. But that's the shop tour, guys. I am getting out of here. Easy, bro. That's what I do, and I drive away. Sometimes I put that strap on, sometimes I don't. It's just like a safety as far as when I'm driving away. It's more like a safety, secondary protection. I don't want this thing to come flying off because I couldn't lift it. It's too big, it's too heavy. It'd take a lot to those screws on the inside and these on the outside. It'd take a lot to take this off of here. Look at that ledge. You know, it'll take a lot. So I'm out.